Richard Trenchard, the representative, the country director of FAO in Afghanistan. I'm here with Syed Sharif, who's our senior water expert. So tell me, what are we going to do here and what's the problem? What's the problem first?
The main problem is the deterioration of upper catchment watershed.
And what's the impact of that?
The impact of that it is more floods, more speed of the water flow, and also destruction and downstream of this area, and also erosion of the important soil.
So it's two things. One, on the slopes here, which are already very fragile, we've got accelerating erosion, which is removing what any fertility is left on the slope. And also, as we see down these gullies, and this gully gets wider and wider, it's flash floods, which damage both the houses further down, and we've seen this across the country in so many provinces. And also, it's in the agricultural fields we get the sudden inundation. So what are we going to do? Check dams? Small little dams here.
Different type of measures we should keep in mind. We should, considering the slope, considering the type of soil, considering of availability of construction material, we take different measures, including some small type of rainwater harvesting structure.
What we're going to see then is on the slope here, we'll see in a few months' time, this is going to be done by cash for work, people from the communities who are helping to rehabilitate and manage their natural environment and reduce the risk, and also putting cash into their pocket. On these hillsides here and on the other side as well, we're going to see lots of small trenches. That's to capture the water, to reduce the water flow and to get the water back into the slope rather than running off it. And also we'll see some bunds as well from the material that's been dug up. And as we come down these channels here, we're going to do what are called small check dams. Using just the local rocks, sometimes we'll have to do some gabion walls with perhaps some cages with some metal mesh. But this will slow down the water flow, and once again, it'll reduce the risk of the floods, but also it's going to put the water back into the hillside. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, it will recharge the groundwater. At the same time, we revitalize the pastoral land, and also the old vegetation that we had become revived again.
Because when you have these trenches and the water's captured there, you can also plant grasses and the like in there, can't you?
Yes. Yeah.
And this is a key part of the work that FAO is doing across the country, that is funded by the World Bank using the ARTF, the Afghanistan Reconstruction Trust Fund resources that have been channeled into both the emergency response, but also these are laying pathways for longer term recovery, and also in this case it's about preserving the really fragile natural resources. So here, hopefully in a few months, in a few years, we'll see
some more greenery.
Yeah, we'll see some greenery, we'll see the pasture land return basically, and also the risk of the flash floods down here. This is just the start of the gully. It gets wider and wider. You see bigger and bigger boulders. It's to stop the flash floods destroying houses, destroying livelihoods, but also destroying the fields. And tell me, how long is this going to take?
It will take maybe for the implementation of that project 3 months.
5,000 work days of labour. Each one of those days is about conserving the environment, protecting the risks, and putting cash into their pockets, all of which is vitally needed as we have the economic crisis and the drought continues to really put pressure on rural households. But also here it's about putting cash in their pockets and about the long-term conservation, rehabilitation of the natural environment.